In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to change PPI in Photoshop, step by step. Whether you're preparing an image for printing, improving resolution for a design project, or simply trying to understand how image resolution works, this guide will walk you through everything you need to know. PPI stands for pixels per inch, and it controls how many pixels are printed within 1 inch of an image. A higher PPI generally means a sharper print, while a lower PPI is typically used for screens and web images. The good news is that Photoshop makes it very easy to adjust this setting once you know where to look. I'll show you two different methods. The first method changes the PPI without changing the total number of pixels in your image, and the second method increases the resolution by adding more pixels. If this tutorial helps you out, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more simple Photoshop tutorials just like this. Alright, let's jump right into Photoshop. First, open the image you want to work with in Photoshop. Once your image is open, go to the top menu and click on Image, and then choose Image Size. This will open the Image Size dialog box, which is where you can control both the dimensions and the resolution of your image. For the first method, we're going to change the PPI without changing the number of pixels in the image. This is useful when you already have a high-resolution image and you simply want to adjust how large or small it will print. Inside the image size window, look for the checkbox called Resample. For this method, make sure Resample is unchecked. When Resample is turned off, Photoshop will not add or remove any pixels from the image. Now go to the Resolution field and change the value to the PPI you want. For example, if your image is currently set to 72 PPI, you can change it to 300 PPI. After entering the new value, click OK, and that's it. The important thing to understand here is that the pixel dimensions of the image stay exactly the same. Photoshop simply recalculates the print size based on the new resolution. For example, if your image is 3000 by 2000 pixels, at 72 PPI it will print very large. But if you change it to 300 PPI, the printed size becomes smaller while maintaining much sharper detail. This method is perfect when preparing images for print without altering the original pixel data. Now let's look at the second method, which changes the PPI and also adds more pixels to the image. This is helpful when you need higher resolution for printing, but your original image doesn't have enough pixels. Again, go to the top menu, click Image, and choose Image Size. This time, make sure the Resample checkbox is enabled. When Resample is turned on, Photoshop is allowed to create or remove pixels to match the new settings. Next, go to the Resolution field and change it to something like 300 PPI, which is the standard for high-quality printing. After that, look at the Resample drop-down menu and select Preserve Details 2.0. This option is designed to upscale images while maintaining as much detail and sharpness as possible. Once everything looks correct, click OK. Photoshop will now generate additional pixels to increase the resolution of the image. Keep in mind that while this can improve print quality, creating new pixels is still an interpolation process, so results will depend on the quality of the original image. Now let's quickly talk about some common PPI settings, so you know which one to use. For web images or anything viewed on screens, 72 PPI is typically enough. For basic printing like documents or simple graphics, 150 PPI works well. For high-quality photo prints, 300 PPI is the standard most professionals use. And for professional publishing or extremely detailed printing, you might see resolutions as high as 600 PPI. And that's how to change PPI in Photoshop using two simple methods. Now you know how to adjust resolution without changing image size, and also how to increase resolution by adding more pixels when needed. If this video helped you, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more quick and easy Photoshop tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.